And welcome back to Breaking In with Rick Shoemaker and Jeff Maxwell on KRLA 870. Breaking In, the only show in the history of radio that helps you break into show business. If you have any questions and you would like to give us a call and ask us any questions about the process of breaking in, please don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call us, and that is 1-866-870-KRLA or 1-866-870-5752. Or you can email us at breakinginradio@gmail.com. You can email us during the show or during the week if you think of something during the week and you want to go, hey, what do I do? Email us at breakinginradio@gmail.com. And we are very happy to have our next guest.
Oh, yes, indeed. Our next guest is an old friend of Breaking In's, former president of Windswept Pacific Music, the world's leading music publishing company. And some of you may remember him, my old friend, Jonathan Stone. Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome back to Breaking In, buddy.
Back. Hey, guys. How you doing?
You are a familiar voice. I like it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, Jonathan, yes, you were the president of Windswept Pacific, and you've worked with some incredible talent like L.A. Reid and the Spice Girls, and I know you have your own publishing company now called Radar Music, but tonight we want to talk about something that I think is one of the most exciting innovations to come along in the music business in a long, long time. It's called RocketSongs.com. Jonathan, share with our listeners what RocketSongs.com is all about.
Yeah. Well, it's a website that I started with some partners of mine here, I guess about 6 months ago. But really, what it is it's a website for singers. It's a place where singers can go and search for really quality original songs. For the most part, songs that have never been released before to the general public. So, for instance, it would be a great site for somebody to go to that wanted to put together a demo, or somebody that wanted to find a great original song that nobody had ever released before. So, prior to this site being out there, and incidentally, it's the only site on the great old World Wide Web that exists that does this. You can go and find this quality material and actually put your vocal right onto the track.
All right,
so that's it's pretty different. So that's basically what it is, and gosh, we've been getting some great response so far.
All right, so quite simply, if I want to do a demo, I don't need to hire a set of musicians and studio time, go out and spend a ton of money and time and try to put something together. I can go to RocketSongs.com, and the tracks are all produced and done, and I can get it and put my vocal on it, right?
Yeah, that's right. They're all professionally produced tracks by some of the most well-known writers and producers in the music business, really. If you go to the site, you'll hear the quality of this material, and it'll blow your mind. But basically what you do, you'll search by genre, like everybody's so familiar with, like you do on iTunes or many websites these days. You'll find, whether it's country or R&B or pop or rock, you'll find the kind of song that you like, and then you download the song. Right now, we're running coincidentally, we're running a special.
Yes, great.
If you're a new visitor to the site and a first-time member, you can sign up and you can get a free track. Normally, they're $29.95, and you can sign up and get a free track. And what you get is you, of course, get the original version of the song, so that you can learn the song. You also get the instrumental backing track. That's the big key here, is you get the instrumental version of the song. You also get a lyric of the song. So you download that stuff to your computer, like everybody knows how to do these days, and then you...
well, maybe not Jeff Maxwell.
Well, everybody except Jeff Maxwell knows how to do that.
Well, you know what, Jonathan? I'll tell you what, why don't we do this? I'm so impressed with the quality of the songwriting and the production. We happen to have one of your tracks here that I liked, that I kind of put together myself. It's called BFGF, and this is from RocketSongs.com. This will give you some idea of the quality that we're talking about. So, Jonathan, let's give this a listen, all right?
Great.
All right, Josh, let her rip. Hello, Josh. We want to hear...
Hello, Josh.
BFGF.
Josh, let her rip.
By gosh.
And it goes something like
And it
this.
goes something like
well, we did have your track here earlier
Josh
today.
is busy eating cupcakes.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know what he's
If you were to
doing.
hear the track, you'd say, boy, what a great track.
Hey, this is live radio.
There you go.
So.
And you never know what's going to happen on live radio.
Well, it's an example of the quality of the material that we put up on the site.
There we go.
And
Here it comes.
There it comes.
I know everyone in school is always talking about. She can really play the guitar. And this girl I know is the coolest and can really rock it out. Pretty little punk rock star. Nice to meet you. I can play too. Miss Popularity had an eye on me, and I never knew then that she would end up being my GF. I'm so lucky that you let me be your
All right, BFGF. Man, I love that track. So much energy. Great song, great production.
Yes, and that's an example of a track that you can get there, and then as you download it, you will get it without the vocal, and you'll be able to add your vocal exactly to that, right on that track with that exact same instrumentation, and then and coming in a couple of weeks here, we're going to have a feature where we also provide mixing and mastering. The site is still relatively new, and we're still adding new features daily, but yeah, that's something that's coming up where people will eventually be able to go to the site and actually be able to record their vocal right on the site without having to use an outside player of any kind, whether it be GarageBand or Audacity or Pro Tools. They'll be able to do everything right on the site, and it's just so far people are just they've really been coming to the site and
Yeah, and by the way,
the tracks and just doing some great versions of songs.
we should probably mention you do this all for $29.95.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, $29.99.
$29.
You know, I got to ask both of you guys. Both of you guys are very expert people in the music business. This sounds just absolutely terrific, and I'm not a musician, so I'm not participating in it. But if I were, I thought, wow, this is great. How do you feel, both of you? How do you guys feel this is going to affect the music business and people trying to break in?
Well, I mean, a perfect example of this is a little record that came out a few years ago by a girl by the name of Rebecca Black, dare I mention. But
Yes.
this was somebody that actually, went to a studio. It cost somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 and had somebody produce a record for her on a song that actually wasn't really all that good. These are all quality tracks and quality songs that the general public really can't even get access to because they've not been released before. So it really gives them an opportunity to just find a great song, unless you can go knock on the doors of every single publisher in town and say, play me your great new songs. This is where you can go to one site and find, amazing songs, amazing tracks,
and
put
you
your
know,
vocal on the track, and you can even release it if you want to.
Jonathan, here's the dirty secret that both you and I know.
Yeah.
If you were to get into a major publisher and say, play me your greatest songs, they're not going to do it if you're trying to break in because they're saving those for established artists.
Yeah, that's right. And here, I mean, we've got some of the best publishers in the world that have put up tracks here, and they like it because they're getting a lot of their songs potentially recorded by new artists. So it's a whole new paradigm, they say, these days in the music business. And as we all know, so much has changed. And this is one of the things that just empowering people to be able to take control of their careers and to be able to find great songs. Not everybody's a great songwriter. I know on your show you've got lots of songwriters. The previous folks just terrific. But this is not everybody can do that, and particularly younger artists. Where they don't necessarily have the ability to write great songs. They can come and find just a song that's as good as anything you'd hope to hear, and just concentrate on putting a great vocal on the song.
And what I think is really cool is that the people behind the site are not just goofballs, sitting in a trailer, wanting that $29. You guys, this is all music executives and experienced people in the music business.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everybody that's involved in the site and people that are putting up the tracks, don't have enough time now to go into all of that, but you can certainly go to the site at rocketsongs.com and see the people that are involved. There's bios on the people that have put up the tracks, and there's information about the people that are involved in the building of the site. And it's a fine group of folks.
It is, and I got to tell you, I had a good time. The track we just heard, BFGF, I was playing around on the site yesterday morning, and I so enjoyed going through the process, picking the tempo, picking the kind of vocalist I wanted. It's like I produced the track because I picked all the various elements, custom made it to my design. It was great.
Yeah, and that's actually part of the fun. Not only is it a great experience to be able to download a song and put your vocal on it, literally right on your laptop. You need a little bit of knowledge, but not much that you can't find on the internet. But the process of going to the site, Rick, like you just suggested there, and going through the songs and listening to them and say, well, I want country, I want mid-tempo, I want up-tempo, or I want pop, I want rock. That's kind of fun in itself, and it's a little bit of an interesting discovery to say, well, I like this song, I don't like that one's not exactly right for me. And it's interesting, people go to the site, and they have all this information you can get from websites these days, but people go to our site, and they stay on the site for like hours, which my partners, I'm not an internet guy, but my partners tell me it's like amazing. People stay on the site for a long time, just really going through and drilling down through the songs to find that perfect song for them. And we've had over 100 songs downloaded so far. We've just been open for a few short months, and it's really exciting. People are just loving it. What's really fun is listening to your passion about it. You sound very excited about it, which is really nice. Well, yeah, it's great, and Rick could attest to that. It's years of being a publisher, and really the idea came to me, a long time ago. Dare I say, maybe even before the internet, where our job as music publishers was really to try and get songs recorded and to pitch songs for whether it's Celine Dion or whoever, to try and get a song recorded, and maybe the public knows, maybe they don't, but there's a whole lot of songs that just, sit on the shelf, so to speak, and just I would say probably 90% of any publisher's repertoire of songs really never sees the light of day because they just don't ultimately get recorded. Not because they aren't great songs, but because for whatever reason, it just doesn't happen. So there's a tremendous amount of material out there that people haven't heard. Great. Jonathan, we can't thank you enough for being on Breaking In. You are a friend of the show, I know. Yeah. And, anytime, guys. I'd like to come back in a little while and play you some great versions of Let's songs. Do it. One more time, the website is? RocketSongs.com. We'll all go there. Jonathan Stone, thank you for being on Breaking In. Thanks, guys. This is Breaking In with Rick Shoemaker and Jeff Maxwell on KRLA 870. And we're going to be back in just a few minutes after these interesting words.